don't forget that we need to make sure we know what our tools for measurement are, okay? So our first is a ruler, all right? We use that for things that are flat, like our desk, our desktop, okay? Then we have our measuring tape, okay? We use this for things that are longer than a yard, all right? Then we have our yardstick, okay? So if it's longer than a ruler and it's flat, we should probably use our yardstick. And last is our measuring tape, but I'm gonna call it the bendy one because it bends and it's good for things that are round, okay?
All right, well, we are going to have you guys help us figure out which tool is best to measure some different things around the classroom, okay? So the first thing we're going to try and measure is Mr. Kaywood's beard. Now, if we wanted to measure Mr. Kaywood's beard, would we use a ruler, the bendy measuring tape, the regular tape measure, or the yardstick?
Pause. Measure.
If I were measuring Mr. Kaywood's beard, I would probably use the ruler. Okay? His beard's not crazy long, it's not longer than a foot. I would just hold it up right here, measure it, and I'd see Mr. Kaywood's beard. It's probably about 6 or 7 inches long. Okay? Good job, Mr. Kaywood.
Thanks, Mr. Fleming. All right, next thing we are gonna measure is the oodle chair. But we're not gonna measure how high it is from the floor up here. We're not doing that. We're gonna measure how long it would be around the round, keyword round outside. So, which of the 4 measuring tools would you use? Would you use what Miss Gorman calls the bendy measuring tape that looks like it might be able to go around thing, hint, hint. Would you use this orange yardstick to measure the way around it? Would you want to use a tape measure to measure around the outside of that? Or would you use the trusty ruler? So, since it's round, I need this thing that can go around it. And I get here, I'm at 53 inches. So, an oodle chair is 53 inches around. All right, what should we do next, Mr. Fleming?
I think next up we should see how tall Miss G is.
Miss G, we're going to measure Miss G's height. So, how tall Miss G is. Am I going to use a ruler to measure how tall she is? Am I going to use a yardstick? Am I going to use the bendy tape? Am I going to use the measuring tape? Well, if you chose measuring tape, you're correct, Mr. Fleming, and I want you to go ahead and
All
do
right,
that.
everyone pay attention. I'm telling you how tall Miss G is right now. All right, according to this measuring tape, it looks like she is about 66 inches tall.
I'm pretty tall.
All right.
Next up, we have, you have a highlighter, right?
Yes, I do.
Miss Gorman's highlighter.
I was hiding the highlighter.
All right, so Miss Gorman's highlighter. Are we going to use a yardstick? Are we going to use the ruler? Are we going to use this bendy tape? We're not measuring around this. I don't know. Are we going to use the measuring tape? What do you guys think would be the best? All right, if you said ruler, you are correct. Miss G's going to go ahead and measure with the ruler.
All right, and it looks like it is about 5 inches.
All right, good. You guys are doing a good job helping us out so far. Next thing, I'm going to give you a tough one. We are going to measure to see how tall one of the flamingos on my socks are. Now, need your help. Do you think we should use the tape measure? Should we use a ruler, a yardstick, or the bendy measuring tape? All right, Mr. Kaywood, which would you use to measure my flamingo?
I'm not going around your ankle, so I'm not going to do that. That flamingo's not that big. So I think I'm going to use the ruler again. And from tip of the toe to the top of the flamingo's head, he's just about 3 inches tall.
All right, my flamingo is 3 inches tall.
And is this our last object?
Yeah, we have one more object
One more
left.
object. What is it, Mr. Fleming?
We are going to try and figure out how big around this flower pot is. Okay? Did we measure something around earlier?
We did.
All right, so we might want to keep that in mind when we're trying to guess which tool to use. Okay, what are our options here?
I think we still have our yardstick, a ruler, your measuring tape, and the nice bendy measuring tape that goes around things. So which one would you guys choose? If you said you would choose the bendy measuring tape, you are correct because it can go all the way around and I don't have to bend or break or snap anything. And this flower pot is about 12 and a half, 13. We'll round up to 13 inches around.
All right,
So thanks for playing the quiz with us.
Yeah, thanks for helping us out. It's important to be able to use the right tool when you're measuring things because that's going to get you the most accurate answer. Okay, thanks guys.